Such passion. Ah. It's been a while since I felt such passion. People have to live like this. Atomy is now the #1 company in Korea. It has continued to grow even in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. $1.8 trillion the year before last, then $2.2 trillion last year. That is, it's a company that continues to grow by 15 or 20% each year, even in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. After the COVID crisis is over, we're now expecting explosive growth like this. About 1,000 people have gathered here now. We connected up to 11 hotels where 1,000 or 2,000 people gather and conducted such seminars through multiple broadcast channels so that almost 20,000 people, and with the people overseas, 30,000 and 40,000 people participated at the same time. However, it was suddenly cut off due to COVID-19. However, Atomy also has the ability to transform quickly, so it changed to an online platform and changed the whole system. In this way, Atomy again has been Pungsin Yongdyong, chanting, "The stronger the wind, the higher the kite flies." It has grown even bigger during the COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone predicted that this online world would come, but this COVID-19 pandemic has expedited the process. So now we're expecting such explosive growth by mixing offline and online, which we're already familiar with. For Atomy, it's true that the social perception of multi-level marketing wasn't very good. There are still some people that believe that, but as Atomy continues to do well, some people's perceptions have changed. The standard of being perceived positively is that if it's an item that we have to use anyway, for example, if we say that the item is cheaper than the discount store price, you aren't going there to receive the allowance. So as a consumer, if they think that they will benefit from it, they will buy the product. This is the principle of consumer interest. For example, we use toothpaste, but how much does it usually cost? Something like $3 or $4. A bit better toothpaste is $6. If you go to a pharmacy, they'll be sold for $15, $20. We are now selling such a functional toothpaste for $2.9. It's not even small, it's 200 grams. Among toothpastes, it's probably one of the biggest. We sell this for $2.9, so people think it's cheaper than the toothpaste I used. When they try it, they think this is a toothpaste that I will use for the rest of my life. If this happens, you will be able to buy and use the product regardless of whether you receive a commission. For that reason, the cosmetics we are selling, called Absolute, also received the highest award among cosmetics products, the King Sejong Award. Many of you may have never heard of it. The King Sejong Award isn't an award made by Atomy. This award has been around for a long time, but it isn't generally well known because a company receiving it is so rare. Some of you may have heard of the IR52 Jang Young-sil Award, but it's been awarded to many companies, including Atomy, but the King Sejong Award has never been given out to a company in the cosmetics industry. For this award, about 130,000 invention patents are registered a year. We are the best among them. Wow! No, just having a patent registered is great in itself. It's great just to get a patent, but ours was the best of all. For this award, we competed with patents for all kinds of technologies, such as semiconductors, aircraft production, and shipbuilding, and so on. But everyone, Korea has now become the world's most powerful technological nation. It has become one of the countries with the most patents in the world. Out of all those patents, we took the first place. Wow. However, we weren't given first place for a cheap price. They don't look at the price from the beginning. They just see the technology. We deserve first place. So everyone, our multifunctional cosmetics, for example, take all of the cells related to whitening and target only those cells, increasing the efficiency. There are no cosmetics like that in the world. They're the best cosmetics in the world, so you have to pay $2,000 or even $4,000 to $5,000 for a set, which only the rich can afford. But we just sell them at discount store prices that anyone can afford. So this is absolute quality, and it's sold at an absolute price even though it's absolute quality. Atomy is selling products that no one can sell with this quality at this price. That's why it's a system of using good products at low prices, rather than getting paid allowances, benefits, or earning money. When these cosmetics came out, they were expensive due to COVID-19, but in the future, we are going to sell a lot of them. For example, one of our representative products is Hemo Him. In the case of Hemo Him, they were initially sold for $770 per box with 60 packs. So even before Atomy was created, it was sold for $770 through another company. But as I saw it, the quality was very good. It was developed at the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, but at that time it was sold for $770. So though people heard rumors that it was good, not everyone could buy it. The only people who bought it were the people who had fatal diseases, especially the rich, and people who had heard about this product. As a result, only 500 boxes were sold per month. They were selling 500 boxes, so even if they sold 500 boxes for $770, the factory was taking a loss because one production cycle produced 3,000 sets. But if they sold 500 boxes a month, how many months would it have taken? Selling for 6 months, it only needed to run the factory twice a year. During the other months, it was just idle. It would be strange if that factory were doing well, so it was in ruin. So then, Atomy demanded that it would try to sell the product. But there was one condition. Assume that 100,000 boxes are sold per month and calculate the costs according to that. I said I would sell 100,000 boxes, but if you calculate the cost thinking based on selling 500 boxes a month, won't you make a loss even if you sell it for $770? So when I said I would sell 100,000 boxes a month, they laughed. But now 300,000 boxes are sold per month. So it's now necessary to make this a national health food at a price of less than $100. No, it should be a worldwide sensation. Why would you take it? There's a difference between taking it and not taking it, so we take it. There's no other way to check. We just have to take it. People said that they were less tired, more energetic, and felt a lot better. So this product just started selling all over the world. When I look at the numbers, the day we hit 1 million boxes sold per month isn't far in the future. So making money with Atomy products is second. First is using the products, which is a huge profit in itself. Then, if repeat consumers will continue to consume, shouldn't you try this business? Or are you just going to let others do it? This is something worth trying. Is there any kind of business that can be continued into the future? Therefore, it's a situation where more and more people will have no choice but to do this kind of network marketing. And now people are getting smarter. I can't live off my labor income. I can't rely on a situation where I must work to earn income. As humans live longer and longer, we might be able to take care of ourselves up until our 70s, but when we turn 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, how are we going to make a living by working? Labor income is limited, even to doctors. Labor income applies to doctors as well. Doctors only make money when they work. If they don't make money. This is called labor income. But now there is something called system income. A system works by itself and makes us money over and over. That is, if we don't make money while sleeping, we will live difficult and unhappy lives. So you should use Atomy to create that system income. That's how you create a retirement plan. In the future, the national pension will be gradually reduced. They've been saying that almost the entire fund will disappear in the future. If your income doesn't increase with the rising prices, then it will be difficult to make ends meet. So we need this kind of system income. We need capital income, not labor income. Capital income is good if we own a building and become a landlord. However, if it's difficult to achieve capital income, then you need system income. The system needs to keep running and generate income to make money. But how are we going to make that happen? If you can start a company, you will get system income as you run the company. All you have to do is make employees work, get paid, and get dividends. But it's so competitive, and this is no longer easy. It's really only the extraordinary people who succeed. Now, such companies have grown larger and larger, so no matter where we start, unless we have a ton of startup capital and work extremely hard, it's hard to succeed. However, this Atomy business can be started without startup capital. In the future, the world will be a hyper-connected society. A hyper-connected society. They say that it will be a difficult world to make money in without making money through connections. Atomy is a system that can make money through connections. So please learn more about Atomy business. Don't learn passively. Learn about it as if your life depends on it. If you go to YouTube, there are tons of videos about Atomy. We made Atomy University. So when you enter the university from there, you will find everything that beginners need to know after listening to the lectures. In college, there are first, second, third, and fourth years. This is what beginners need to know. What should we do to get to the middle, and what should we do to get to the next level? If you ask the sponsor who guided you, or ask the center manager, they will guide you through the MBA program, AMP program, and videos about how to lead an organization as a leader. So you can start this business even if you are really unprepared. And there's something really good about it. The good thing about this is that even if we're not very smart, a smart person can come and work for us. In other businesses, if a boss or a president does stupid things, employees quit, saying they are fed up. However, this isn't even a business that we pay a salary, but someone smarter than us can come in and run the business. So whether we do it or our partners do it, the income will be the same for us. So, if possible, let's not work, okay? Especially those who think that they are a bit slow or didn't do well in school. There should be a lot of you. Don't pretend you aren't one of them. So, people who fit this description should pay more attention and take interest. But you shouldn't work slowly either. Here we need to open our eyes and ears. Because anyone can succeed. Now, among the people who only finished elementary school, there are people who have gone on to be royal masters, crown masters, and even imperial masters. If you're an imperial master, you make $100,000 a month. They receive $1 million on a forklift at the promotion ceremony. It's such an amazing situation for someone who only finished elementary school, and some of the people didn't even go to an elementary school. I quit school in 4th grade. There are people like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So how can such people be successful? It's not that they are successful because they're smart, but people who graduated from graduate school, those who have received a PhD and business planners from big companies, came and worked for them. We can also expand overseas. So it doesn't matter if we don't speak a foreign language. Ms. Bunsuk Kim is a crown master now. She only went to an elementary school. Up until her 50s, she had only did alterations from her home. But she had a dream in her heart. I will get out of this room and someday travel around the world. As for where she is now, she must be somewhere in Turkey. But she can't speak Turkish. She can't even speak English. She only went to an elementary school, and they didn't teach English back then. But there's a huge line in America. What she did was go on a trip to America with her younger siblings. There, she told her siblings, I will stay here, you guys go back to Korea. She said she would stay there. She only went to elementary school, and not knowing English, how could she stay in America? Her siblings were worried. But there, she pioneered a line. How did she do it? If you go to a place called New Jersey, there are Korean signboards. Even though she only went to an elementary school, she can still read Korean. If you go into a place that has a sign in Korean in Koreatown, is there anyone there who speaks Korean or not? There is! Visiting the place, she said there's a business called Atomy in Korea. There's a business called Atomy. Day after day, she wandered around and talked to people, and soon she was a crown master in America. So now traveling is her business. Everyone. When times change, amazing things happen. So back in the old days, when we were living by farming, we had to live with it. If it becomes an industrial society, we have to live in accordance with the new rules. If it becomes an information society, we have to live in accordance with that as well. It's an information society now. So what is an information society? It's important for us to accept and embrace information. And we're passing on information. This is how we get rich. But there are still people who are stuck with the mindset of an agricultural society, so they think they have to work hard. It's true that we have to work hard, but we need to be working hard on spreading the word, not working hard plowing a field. In an industrial society, there was a time when goods were made well and sold to make money. I mean, there are people who have become chaebols in Korea too. But now it isn't an industrial society. If even the people who run the factory say it's difficult, how profitable would it be to run a factory now? So the way other people become chaebols is different. The way you get rich now, that we are in an information society, is by receiving and spreading information. In an industrial society, one has to study hard. In an agricultural society, one has to be strong. Even if you had farmland, you couldn't farm if you weren't strong. But in an information society, one doesn't have to be strong. It's okay if we don't get good grades. Why? Because we just have to connect with others. We just need to plug it in. It's about plugging in. What I'm talking about is we don't build the power plant and generate electricity. We just have electricity in the house. And if we just plug it into a socket, the light turns on, right? It turns on. It's the same as doing Atomy business. Hearing this information now, it's the person whose light does not light up in their head. You have to take a log and set it on fire so the fire burns brightly. What kind of electricity comes by just plugging in? Anyone who thinks like this should change their mindset. As long as you change your mindset completely, you are ahead of the times. All you have to do is get ahead of those who haven't changed their mindset. So now, in a way, it's quite fortunate. Why? Even people who can't promote can just connect. So when you go to foreign countries, you don't need to learn every foreign language, but a person who's good at a foreign language becomes connected to other people, and that person connects more and more people, so the line spreads all over the world. Most of the people who are in the Royal Club and Crown Club here now have extended their lines overseas, but it's not like the people who could speak English well and went to a foreign country to do it. There are people who extended their lines to foreign countries without going abroad. At first, I told Imperial Master Yeon Suk Kim to go to America. Then she said, "No, Chairman, I don't have a single partner in the United States, so I'm not going to buy a plane ticket to give lessons over there. I can't." She refused 7 times. So I have stayed up all night for 7 nights and told her that this had to be done with teamwork. I told her to go, and she went. What happened then? When she went there, welcome, sponsor. There was a guy who was connected to her by a director-level sponsor saying, "My sponsor is that director." Huh? That director is my partner. So are you my partner? This is how it happened. So she went there, bought beef, and came back. Beef in America is cheap. So anyway, if you understand these things well, you can succeed. It can just change with a single word. Who started first? 50 people who are now leaders. Seong Shim Kin, the family has 50 people who all do it. The whole family does it. There's a crown, there are a few royals, the whole family got rich together. Yes, they tell each other to come to each other's houses, and they buy each other expensive meals. All the cars in the parking lot are luxury cars, but they used to be a bankrupt family. They were lucky to find Atomy. They had no money, so there was nothing else to do but Atomy. And now the whole family has changed. So in an information society, you have to accept information positively. You have to know how to measure it and understand whether it conforms to the principles and rules. If I sell this product to another person, will this person continue to use it? Or are they going to blame me for selling them a bad product? Is the person going to use it once and never use it again? At first they said they wouldn't use it, but after trying it out, are they going to keep asking to buy it? We only need to know the difference. But no matter how stupid you are, you can all do it. Do you know whether you should continue to use this toothpaste or not? It's more expensive than the toothpaste I've used before, or cheaper. You know this or not? Even if we didn't go to an elementary school, we know that. I took Hemo-Him and my body feels a little lighter. I feel less tired. I feel more energetic for about an hour in the morning. I mean, if we didn't go to an elementary school, we all know this. So how fortunate we are to have come to a world where the uneducated can succeed. But now, people who are really well educated are joining Atomy these days, because they receive labor income only while they're working. The retirement plan doesn't work, but Atomy can become your retirement plan and your global business. Wow, I have to do this! There are people who earn a six-figure annual salary that switch to Atomy business. Also, among our Sharon Rose masters, there's a practicing doctor right now. He works in the countryside, but he is still influential in the local community, because the doctor runs a hospital. He came looking for Atomy. When the doctor was looking for a product to boost immunity, the doctor found something called Atomy Hemo-Him. He went all over the place looking for it, and somehow he was connected to the center. Would you like such a windfall too? One might come if you continue. When you change your mindset, new opportunities are created. Times are changing now. We're now in the transition from the COVID-19 era to the COVID-19 free era. Those of you who came here for the first time today at this time when Atomy can explode once again, you did well. Those who have just started Atomy are welcome. So check it out and be a success. I'll wrap up the lecture here.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.